Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today's video, we're doing another hero spotlight, and today's hero for the spotlight is the almighty Sprig. Sprig is a hero that benefits the Slivian race, or Sylph. Jeez, someday I'm gonna get this correct. So, Sprig is the wild child. He is a rose. He's going to benefit from all of your rogue research. Um, he's geared similar to Mako, so I'll walk you through what I have equipped on him. Um, First and foremost, I have the flawless Bloodthorn Raptor or Rapier. I equipped this because I just have a bunch of flawless ones, so I need to use them. Next, I do use a Great Bow. I use the Great Bow because it offers 30% attack increase. Under the headset, I have just the rogue headpiece, some magic, some might. Armor, I have the rogue chest piece. Actually, are these better? No, they are not. So we are going with the regular rogue chest piece for some additional stats. And then I have the flawless soul blade, and I have the flawless earrings. Important to note, the earrings and the rapier do not stack. I just happen to have them, and I just threw them on mostly for stats. So this is a Sprig setup that I have going right now. If you go and you want to queue up gold troops, then make sure you use the Masonic Scepter that drops from Void 81. It will give you the best bang for the buck, and run everything else with high command. Save your crowns. For some reason, I don't have a crown for Sprig, so I'm glad I noticed this. Save the crowns because you'll want to use a crown. Alright, yeah, that's better than what I was using. Alright, so to go over Sprig's abilities, which one is this? Well, it doesn't matter. First and foremost, we have Bow and Bear. So Sprig's Fabled Bow, Staple, has a 20% chance to root enemies for 2 seconds. When Sprig suffers melee damage, his bear, Mogi, bashes the ground, knocking back and stunning enemies for 1 second. The bash effect can be triggered once every 5 seconds. So, pretty much, Sprig attacks, he has a 1 out of 5 chance to root enemies, which will then benefit the Sliff archers. And also, if people get to melee range for Sprig, he'll stay alive, hopefully, for an extra second. If they're there for 5 seconds or longer, Sprig's probably going to be dead. Next, we have Elemental Arrow. So Sprig deals extra magic damage, and every 5th shot releases a magic penetrating arrow that deals some extra damage and resets the elemental bonus damage type. Both might and magic increase this, so the rogue set for Sprig can benefit this. And I should probably mention the 2 different sets. So there's 2 different sets that Sprig can use. He can go with the regular rogue set. This set is craftable. You can get pieces from the Void, 2 pieces from the Void, 1 piece from the Royal Archive, and you can make this. The set bonus will give a chance to poison enemies. There is also the Dragon set. The Dragon set increases crit hit damage by 50%. That's huge. Ideally, you would want to set him up just like Mako. Ideally, you'd want that, and instead of this accessory, you'd want the crit earrings. But I do not have 2 of those, so I am making do with what I do have. So sorry I did not mention that before. The rogue set that I'm using right now gives a bunch to might and magic, so both those help this out. Next we have Forest Guard. So the Forest Guard is every time Sprig roosts an enemy with his bow, he summons a guardian with a little bit of health and some attack to assist in battle. He can have up to 8 summoned at a time. This will create a small little army. They're not super powerful, but they will add extra damage and also absorb damage. Next we have Bowmaster. Just like every mastery, if you are fielding the troops that fall into this mastery category, then you'll probably want to have mastery maxed out. For this, it affects the Watchers, which is the Sylph archers. Sylph Archers is super overpowered. So if you are a Sylph player, you'll probably want this maxed out. You'll also want to max this out if you are borrowing Sylph Archers for Save the Void or for the Swamp or some type of event. Next, we have Spirit Link. So for every Sylph Archer that's on the battlefield, Sprig deals an extra 1.9% bonus damage when this is maxed out. So that's almost 2% damage increase for Sprig's attacks per Archer. So that adds up really quick. So there's 18 in packs. So if you have 5 packs, for the sake of math, let's round it up. We have 5 packs rounded up. We're talking almost what is that? Almost like 100 of them. So it adds up. Just start adding the zeros on the percentages. It's almost 200% more. Call it 6 packs, and it's 200% bonus damage. That's huge. That's awesome. So again, if you are running the archers, you'll want that maxed out. Next, we have Presence of Mind. So what this is each time Sprig attacks the same target over and over, his attack speed increases and the damage he deals also increases. It can stack up to 5 times. As soon as he switches targets, it resets back at 0. So this is really good for attacking single targets. So if you're going up against something that has massive amounts of health, very good skill. And finally, we have Aerostorm. Might and Magic increase this. What happens is Sprig spends 1 energy. He hails down a rain storm full of arrows. Each wave does damage. Second wave does double damage. And the third wave deals triple damage. Pretty cool skill. So I'll walk you through a couple different setups that I have. So this is for my standard Sylph setup. So I do run with maxed out elemental arrows. It reminds me of Mako's shooting stars, his ultimate, because it will shoot through and it will hit the back line. So I enjoy getting this damage up as much as possible, and it happens relatively frequently. Forest Guard, I used to have this higher, but I dropped this down just because it doesn't do a ton. You'll still get some extra damage into the battlefield, a little bit of extra tankiness just from having extra troops, but it is worth 1 point in. It's definitely worth the 1 point. I do run with Bow Mastery because I use the Sylph archers. They are super powerful, so I want to maximize their power. And I have 1 point in Presence of Mind just to give Sprague some attack speed bonuses when, say, he starts attacking a dragon or something like that. For me personally, I skip Aerostorm. I skip Aerostorm because, like Mako, I use the same philosophy that there are many more important things that I'm going to worry about casting. I'm not going to necessarily worry about using Aerostorm on Sprig. It might be worth it. Towards the end of the fight, you can do it to wipe out whatever. I just don't find it super useful for my style of play. Your style of play might be totally different. It might make total sense for you. But with my style of play and what I want from my DPS heroes, no. Under details, we can see the attack, the health, show you guys the base for the levels. So he's got 32,000 attack base at level 57. I'm trying to get him up, so as soon as I hit cast level 43, he can instantly be 58. So I'll show you guys another setup that I have. This one right here, I use when I do the swamp. So this is strictly for the swamp. So I have 1 point in elemental arrows, just to get some elemental damage out, and also do that backline shot. I have 1 point in forest guards just because, like I said in the previous skill spec, that 1 point is good. I do have the max out bow mastery because when I do the swamp or I forget the name of the group raids. I think that's what it's called with the giant enemy heroes. I think it's called group raids. Group raids, swamps, all those types of events. I'll run all Sliff archers, or Sylph archers. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. Bear with me. So, since I'm running all of those types of archers, I do need the mastery. I do go with max out Spirit Link just because I'm going to have so many of those archers out there. And I do go with max out Presence of Mind because say it's that final boss or it's the flower or whatever it is, I'm going to be attacking that one single enemy unit over and over and over and over. So Sprig won't reset too often once the battle is underway. So he'll be able to max this out 5 times. So that's over 200% increased attack speed and 45 percent more damage on top of everything else. So this will increase Sprig's damage quite a bit for those stages. Now, if I do not play Sylph at all, or Sylph at all, then you can go with max out Elemental Arrows, max out Forest Guards. You can skip altogether the Bow Mastery and Spirit Link, and you can go for Presence of Mind. Or you guys could ditch out in some of the points of the Forest Guard because their attack is still super low. You could skip out on that and some points in Presence of Mind and go with Arrow Storm. It's totally up to you. So this spec is for anything that is non-self, which feel free to reduce points and things to increase Arrow Storm. This setup right here with low elemental arrows and maxo Spirit Link, Bow Mastery, Presence of Mind is for the swamp and or group raids. And the third and final one is a standard one that I use for my self setup. I do run with the elemental arrows, the Forest Guard, Bow Mastery, Spirit Link, 1 point in Presence of Mind. So let's go test him out and see how he fares in the real world. Am I near? Sorry guys, I didn't set up right near my normal testing area. I failed you all. So let's run up to my normal testing area. Those guys look a little challenging. Those guys look a little challenging. Can I get something a little bit easier? Maybe a bronze. Here we go, my alligators. Monica Kim's going to cry because I killed off all the alligators again. However, Monica Kim wants some really nice shoes, and I need alligator skin to make the shoes. So we see Sprague run right up. He does some crits. Right there we could see his elemental arrow. It happens once at every 5 attacks. He'll about to stomp on the ground and stun everything around him. So Sprague, he is a good DPS hero. He does put out damage. It is pretty cool to watch him. I really like that shot back that he does. Let's go up against something a little bit tougher. And well, the tree might be too strong, but we'll try. See if we can see his elemental damage. 3, 4 attacks and 5th attack coming up. So he did do the poison damage across the board for all of them. You can see all the crits. My trees are insane, by the way. So I really do like his elemental arrow at how it shoots back and it does the damage. Everything from his basic attacks does get carried along with it. So the weakening of armor, the possibility for stuns, all of that will go. I might actually... But let's test this out real quick because I'm thinking if the stuff from the basic attacks affects it, then what happens if we run with the poison? So this increases the chance of poison for auto attacks or his basic attacks. So let's see if this carries through. Let's see if his elemental arrow will actually poison everything that it hits. Look. Okay, so saw some poison from that. I see some more poison from that. Alright, so That's pretty cool looking. Let's do that once more. I want to see if the poison goes through. If the poison goes through, then forget everything I said at the beginning. That the basic rogue set might be really good. So we got the poison there. I want to. That was poisoned again. I want to see like an ice or a fire come out to make sure that. Okay, so there's fire, and everything looks like they're getting poisoned. So anything that can come from his auto attacks can actually affect everything from the elemental arrows. So forget everything I just said. I would include that set for Okay, let's stack this on. Let's add all on hit stuff. This is not the right one. Let's add on all of the on hit stuff. Now I'm interested. If this also stuns everything, if we can stun and poison everything, that would be pretty cool. All right, so they got frozen, weakening armor. I can't see if they're stunning. Okay, because they're so frozen. I don't know if they're actually stunning from it. I can't tell, but they are definitely but they are definitely getting the poison from that set. So yeah, play around with Sprig. There's a bunch of options out there for Sprig. Find out what works out best for you. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up switching mine. So I give him a rapier, kind of like Mako, like this type of rapier, and then put on the craftable rogue set so that he can put out the poisoned. I think that's what I'm going to play around with and see how that goes for me. I'll need to test that out. But anyways, go play around with Sprague. He's a fun hero. And speaking of Monica Kim happens to be right here, riding on her little crab. She's near the she's near the all the alligators. So maybe Monica Kim's trying to get me away from all of the alligators. That way she can get them all. Oops. Keep going into. There we go. Crusader of Fate twice. Monica Kim, what a beast. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to this channel, or Monica Kim with the cute little flower at the end of the name, she's going to find you if you don't subscribe. So subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, go test things out with Sprague. Let me know what you're using for Sprague in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what your setup looks like, what your testing looks like. That way we can share with the community. Have a great day, everybody.